Hey there, everyone. Let's talk about something real important today. How we can use fancy tech to make life better for folks who haven't always gotten a fair shake. We're talking about using artificial intelligence, AI for short, to help lift up economies that have been struggling for a long, long time. We're talking about changing the game, about giving hope where there hasn't been enough. See, for too long, a whole bunch of countries have been stuck in a cycle of poverty. It's like they're trying to climb a mountain with one hand tied behind their backs. But here's the thing. AI could be the key to cutting those ties. It could be the tool that helps them climb higher than they ever thought possible. Now, I know what you might be thinking. AI? That sounds like something out of Star Wars. But trust me on this one. AI is already all around us. It's in our phones, our cars, even our kitchens. And it's only going to get more powerful, more present in our everyday lives. So how can we use this powerful tool, this AI, to make a real difference in the world? That's what we're going to explore together, right here, right now. We're going to dive deep into how AI can help create jobs, improve healthcare, and even fight climate change in places that need it most. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and look at how these economies got to where they are today. See, it's not just bad luck, it's history. For centuries, many of these nations have been exploited, their resources plundered, their people oppressed. Colonialism left deep scars, and the wounds of the past still haven't fully healed. Think about it. Imagine a whole system designed to benefit a select few, leaving everyone else behind. That's what many of these countries have been dealing with for generations. It's like they're forced to play a game where the rules are rigged against them from the start. But even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit perseveres. People find ways to survive, to build communities, to dream of a better future. And now, with the advent of new technologies like AI, that dream has a real shot at becoming reality. But we gotta be smart about it. We can't just throw technology at the problem and hope for the best. We need to understand the specific challenges each nation faces, the unique cultural context, and the aspirations of the people. Only then can we develop AI solutions that are truly effective and sustainable. All right, so we've talked about the challenges. Now let's talk solutions. Let's talk about how AI is already making a difference in these economies, one breakthrough at a time. Take agriculture, for instance. In many developing countries, farming is still a backbreaking endeavor, with low yields and unpredictable weather patterns. But now, imagine a world where AI helps farmers make the most of what they have. We're talking about AI-powered drones that monitor crop health from the sky, identifying pests and diseases before they can spread. We're talking about smart irrigation systems that use weather data to deliver just the right amount of water to each plant. And it's not just agriculture. AI is also revolutionizing healthcare in these regions. Imagine a world where AI helps doctors diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately, even in remote villages with limited access to medical facilities. Picture this. A portable AI-powered device that can analyze blood samples and provide life-saving diagnoses in minutes. Or imagine telemedicine platforms that connect patients in remote areas with specialists around the world, all thanks to the power of AI. So, we've seen how AI is already making a difference, but believe me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The future of AI in developing economies is brighter than a supernova. We're talking about a future where AI helps these nations leapfrog over traditional development hurdles and create a more equitable and prosperous future for all. Imagine a world where AI helps bridge the education gap, providing personalized learning experiences to children in even the most remote corners of the globe. Imagine AI-powered translation tools breaking down language barriers and connecting people across cultures like never before. Think about AI helping to build smart cities that are sustainable, efficient, and resilient. We're talking about cities with intelligent traffic management systems that reduce congestion and pollution, with smart grids that optimize energy consumption, and with AI-powered disaster response systems that save lives. And here's the best part. This future isn't some far-off dream. It's within reach. The technology is already here, and the potential is limitless. But it's up to us to make it happen. It's up to us to ensure that AI is used as a force for good, to uplift communities and create a more just and equitable world. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the challenges, the opportunities, and the incredible potential of AI to transform developing economies. But now it's time to talk about what we can do, each and every one of us, to make this vision a reality. First things first, we gotta spread the word. Tell your friends, your family, your neighbors about the power of AI to make a real difference in the world. The more people who understand the potential of this technology, the more support we'll have to make it happen. Next, get involved. Support organizations that are working to bring AI education and resources to developing countries. Volunteer your time, donate to a worthy cause, or use your voice to advocate for policies that promote ethical and inclusive AI development. Remember, this ain't just about charity. This is about creating a better future for all of us. When developing economies thrive, the whole world benefits. We're talking about new markets, new ideas, and a more interconnected and prosperous global community. So let's do this. Let's work together to unlock the transformative power of AI and create a future where everyone, no matter where they're from or what their circumstances may be, has the opportunity to reach their full potential. All right, let's get real for a minute. To understand why AI is so important for these economies, we gotta understand what they've been through. We're talking about centuries of exploitation, where powerful nations took advantage and left these places with nothing but crumbs. Think about it. Raw materials, resources, even people were taken away, leaving these nations depleted and with barely anything to rebuild with. It's like inviting someone over for dinner, eating all the food, and then taking the plates and silverware with you when you leave. Not cool, right? This legacy of exploitation is like a shadow hanging over these nations. It impacts everything from their infrastructure to their education systems to their access to healthcare. It's like they're forced to run a marathon with a ball and chain around their ankles. But here's the thing. The people of these nations are resilient. They've faced incredible hardship, but their spirit hasn't been broken. They're resourceful, they're determined, and they're hungry for change. See, it wasn't just about taking stuff. These powerful nations, they imposed their own systems, their own rules on these places. They drew lines on maps, igniting conflicts that continue to this day. It's like they came in, rearranged all the furniture in someone else's house, and then acted surprised when the family couldn't find anything. This interference left many of these nations with unstable governments, weak institutions, and a lack of basic infrastructure. It's like trying to bake a cake with a broken oven and no measuring cups. Tough to get a good result, right? And let's not forget about the psychological impact. Generations have grown up internalizing this idea that they're somehow less than because of where they come from. It's like being told you're not smart enough to succeed, even though you've never been given a fair chance to prove yourself. But even in the face of all this, these nations have shown incredible strength and determination. They've fought for their independence, rebuilt their communities, and held on to their unique cultures and identities. Section 3, Uneven Playing Field. Now, some folks might say, hey, that was the past. It's time to move on. But the reality is, the past ain't going anywhere. It's still shaping the present, creating an uneven playing field that makes it harder for developing economies to compete. Think about it. Developed nations have had centuries to build their wealth, develop their industries, and establish themselves as global leaders. They got a head start, and they've been writing the rulebook ever since. Meanwhile, developing economies are often playing catch-up. They're dealing with limited resources, outdated technology, and a global system that often favors the already wealthy and powerful. It's like trying to win a race where your competitors are driving sports cars and you're stuck with a rusty bicycle. But here's where AI comes in. AI has the potential to be a game changer, a way to level the playing field and give developing economies a real shot at success. Section 4, a legacy of struggle. We gotta be honest though. The challenges faced by these economies are complex and deeply rooted. Poverty, lack of education, limited access to healthcare. These are issues that have persisted for generations. Imagine growing up in a community where clean water is a luxury, where going to school is a privilege, not a right, and where getting sick can mean financial ruin. That's the reality for millions of people living in developing countries. And it's not just about individual struggles, these issues are interconnected. Poverty leads to lack of education, which leads to poor health outcomes, which in turn perpetuates the cycle of poverty. It's a vicious cycle that's tough to break. But here's the glimmer of hope. AI has the potential to disrupt this cycle, to offer solutions where traditional approaches have fallen short. Section 5. Glimmer of hope. Think about it. AI can analyze massive amounts of data to identify patterns and trends, helping policymakers develop more effective solutions to tackle poverty, improve healthcare, and expand access to education. Imagine AI-powered systems that can predict and prevent disease outbreaks, ensuring that everyone has access to timely and affordable healthcare. Imagine AI-driven educational platforms that personalize learning experiences, empowering even the most marginalized children with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed. AI isn't just some futuristic fantasy. It's a tool that's already being used to make a real difference in developing countries around the world. From farmers using AI to increase crop yields to doctors using AI to diagnose diseases earlier, the possibilities are endless. Section 6, towards a brighter future. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are still hurdles to overcome. We need to make sure that AI is developed and deployed responsibly, in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. We gotta bridge the digital divide, ensuring that everyone has access to the technology and training they need to thrive in an AI-powered world. We gotta address ethical concerns, ensuring that AI is used fairly and doesn't perpetuate existing inequalities. But despite these challenges, I'm optimistic. I truly believe that AI has the power to transform developing economies, to uplift communities, and to create a more just and equitable world for all. Remember, this ain't just about technology. It's about people. It's about empowering individuals, strengthening communities, and creating a future where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. And that's a future worth fighting for.